So what if there was a single, you might say, formula to achieve understanding? We all want to be understood. We want our neighbors to understand us, our parents to understand us. How do we do that? In Scientology, there is this, Hubbard discovered a principle which I find very interesting. It's sort of like the formula on how to achieve understanding, or what is actually the components of understanding. Now, they're threefold. It's actually like, it goes like this. You communicate to someone. By doing that, you become real. And as real as you get, the person will go, I like him. I take that again. So, if I communicate very well to you, I make myself real. So that's reality. And then you think, it makes sense. If I don't communicate well, you're going to go, what a bozo, right? So that didn't work. Okay. So I didn't achieve understanding, which is the end thing. So I do this thing, I communicate, I achieve a reality in you, you know what I'm talking about, and that brings us closer. So we have affinity, which is sort of like a feeling of closeness or connectedness or good mood, you might say. So, and that point is we go, yeah, gotcha, right? So it's understanding achieved, but it goes by communication. And remember, communication is both ways. It's sort of like first it's me throwing something your way, so I'm interesting. But as soon as you speak, let's say you make a comment to this video, I'm going to read that, right? So at that point, you're interesting. So there's a change between me being interesting and you being interesting. That's important for communication, real communication to take place, which is a great opportunity to say, throw me a comment, right? It's just actually encouraging both ways. Communication, I might answer your comment if you're lucky. Okay, so communication goes both ways. But at that point where we achieve communication, we also achieve sort of like a sense of reality. I know what he's talking about. He's talking about this, and we achieve closeness. We feel connected. Okay, so that is understanding. It's three components going together like magic. It's almost indistinguishable, because the moment you have good communication, you gain reality and you achieve closeness and you have understanding. Now, it is important though to understand that the only part of this formula where you can actually do something is communication. I can't say to you, agree with me. No. But I can get reality across to you, so you say, yeah, I see your point. So I need to communicate with reality so you get my point. Okay? If let's say I want to describe something with my lawn mower, the one you cut grass with. I'm not natively English, so I have a few words which I don't use so much in English, right? So anyway, and there's something I don't get about that thing. I need to describe it, because I don't know the terms for this. I'm actually, the only thing I'm not very practical at is cars, and I haven't gotten really around to it. I can fix some things, but not much. I can't fix an engine. But anyway, if I can describe by sounds and what it does when I do this and that and press that and so on, I may kind of go, got it, I know what it is, blah, 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 because I got the reality across anyway, right? So I did that by communicating with reality, and he go, funny, I get you, and the smile returns. He was all sort of like this before, the mood wasn't so good. So the affinity, which is the feeling of closeness, was not there because the reality was not achieved and understanding was not present. So these things are just totally interconnected. But as the things we want, understanding, you to see my point, we have the same reality, and feeling closeness is very important. This is what should guide your communication. You should basically make a communication which is aimed to get a reality across. And you don't do that by slapping people's face, for instance. It doesn't work very well. To get a reality across is your goal. This is what you want to achieve by your communication, right? So that is, you need to communicate with the purpose of getting a reality across, and you have to sort of like keep the person in your space. That's one way to operate with the concept of affinity. You need to have, you allow this person to be here, okay? So we are while we're doing this communication, right? So it's just that if you know these concepts, your communication will be better because you understand what is the product of a good communication, what is supposed to show as a result of good communication. Ultimately, the result of good communication is understanding, and again, understanding is achieved by getting a reality across. At this point we go, there is closeness, then there is understanding. So in Scientology we call this the affinity, reality, communication, understanding triangle, because affinity, reality, communication, I'll see if I can have it on the screen instead of going out. So we have communication, reality, affinity. It went off the screen again. I'm not sure exactly where the camera is, right? So the camera is here. So we got starting point communication, and we go up to reality. We got that across, and we go, we achieved closeness, and we achieved the triangle. So we got understanding. Okay, it's important. It's a key concept in Scientology, but it's basically your life, right? So just use it, yeah. And it's also a little bit of magic to get that, really get that triangle down, because it's sort of like a key operating principle. If you see, you ever seen the symbol of Scientology? It's sort of like an S. And then there is two triangles. One of the triangles is the ARC triangle. The other one is, I'm gonna make another little talk about the other triangle one day. But for now, let's just keep it at that. The ARC triangle is very, very important. Now you understand it. Okay? So, let's say you understand it. I have now a prediction about you. Sorry. Some people hate to be predicted, but there's nothing wrong with that, because if you understood it, my prediction is basically, if you really understood it, you go, okay, that wasn't so silly. You like it a little bit. Maybe you like it a lot. I hope you like it a lot, because that means you understood it very well. Okay? So anyway, that is one thing you can predict about people, that those people around you who like you What do? They understand you. What do? They have reality on you because you communicated well with them. Okay? So, you see, this is just your life. So it's just so infinitely important. The ARC triangle. Okay, you got it now. Affinity, reality, communication. Actually start with communication. So it goes communication, reality, and then affinity. And then you got an understanding, right? But it's, for some reason, it's called ARC. It's probably easier to say other than CRA. You could also call that. It sounds a bit like CIA. Maybe that's why it's not called that. But anyway, it's the ARC triangle, right? And have fun with it.